What's going on, guys? It is Monday, November the 9th, and it is time for my news radar. Of course, this is the show where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I break down the biggest news stories of gaming, tech, and maybe sometimes a little nerd culture. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into things. We don't talk about the iPhone a lot on this channel as I'm pretty much exclusively a Windows and Android user. I'm not a big fan of iOS. I mean, it's a fine operating system and they make really rock solid products. And I think that's kind of why this story is so interesting to me. It's not often that Apple releases a product that just doesn't work correctly, that's just broken, buggy, or not well thought through. Apple tends to wait until a product or an idea is pretty well fleshed out, and then they can come in and execute it at scale at a really high level. So one of the things on the iPhone 12 that they announced was this thing called MagSafe. And if you're not familiar with MagSafe, it's basically, the idea was stolen kind of from their older Mac products. Basically, it was a charger that was magnetically attached. You may see something like that on the Surface products today. So this, magnetically attached. So if you pick up your laptop and walk away with it, it's just going to disconnect safely. Nothing bad happens. MagSafe. Well, on the iPhone 12, what this is basically is a wireless charging puck that will magnetically attach to the back of your iPhone 12 and begin charging. That's all well and fine. Seems like it works totally fine. But the other thing that they showed off with this MagSafe feature was a series of cases and accessories that would use that same magnet to attach to the back of your iPhone. Well, it turns out that the MagSafe Wallet in particular really just doesn't work. I'm sure a lot of you have seen someone with basically a wallet attached to the back of their phone. Usually this is done with some kind of adhesive. The idea being that you've always got your phone on you. Why do you need to carry a phone and a wallet? A lot of people can use tap to pay now. Well, just keep your cards on your phone and they're right there, easily accessible. And that's kind of what this MagSafe Wallet is supposed to do. So I'm going to show you a video here from Mac Rumors, and it's got quite a few views, and I kind of wanted to highlight it here just because it's kind of crazy to me. So let's take a look at this video here, and you have an idea now of what that MagSafe wallet looks like. Put your cards back there, magnetically attached to the back of your phone, you're good to go. You can see here where it gets attached to the back of the phone. Slides, you got to get it in that correct spot, and then boom, it locks into place. This is the problem. The magnet is just not nearly strong enough from what we can tell. The person in this video, and I will link this video down there in the description so you can really see exactly what we mean. But, you go to put this thing in your pocket and it's going to come right off. He even shows here in a moment how basically you have to open your pocket up real wide and slide it in. Even if you put it in the other way, pull the phone out of the pocket, and guess what? You've lost your wallet in your pocket. This could potentially be an absolute disaster. I mean, you're going to be losing your wallet, your debit card, your license, everywhere you go trying to use this. How on earth is this not something that Apple saw, tested? I mean, you put this thing in the hands of a few people, it seems to me that you're going to realize really quickly that it's just not operable. It doesn't work. I mean, God, you're at a bar or you're in a store, you pull out your phone, card, do the thing, put your card back in, phone back in your pocket, and it slides right off and falls in the floor. Maybe you don't hear it. Maybe you're picking up your grocery bags, walk out the door, you've lost all your cards. This is a cool idea, but that magnet would have to be pretty damn strong for me to trust it with all of my cards. And from what I can tell, it's not just pretty damn strong. It's not even close to strong. It seems to be quite pathetically weak, actually. So if you're an iPhone 12 user, maybe don't grab that MagSafe wallet just yet. Maybe keep an eye on if they are able to improve it in some way. For now, definitely not something I would be trusting my cards with. Let's talk about the PlayStation 5 here for a moment. So a video I made about, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was exploring the UI video that Sony's PlayStation official YouTube channel put out where they went over the UI in the PlayStation 5. And I pointed out a few things in that video that seemed to maybe indicate that Xbox's Quick Resume feature might be a thing on the PlayStation 5 as well. If you don't know, on the Xbox Series X and Series S, you're able to play a game, suspend it, play another game, suspend it, jump back to that first game and load in exactly where you were. If you've ever used emulators before, think like a save state, jump straight back into that previous game without having to start, reload the whole thing. It just jumps right back in and you're playing the game, maybe 15 seconds or something like that, and you're back in the game. Well, obviously the PlayStation 5's SSD is even faster than the Xbox One X, Xbox Series X and Series S. There's no physical limitation there that would make this not possible on the PlayStation 5. Well, now we've got PlayStation 5s out in the world, and I've got an article here from GameSpot that says, hey, sorry, this quick resume swapping is not a thing on the PlayStation 5. The things we pointed out in that video were just weird ways to word things, and we're, in fact, not hinting at that feature. We swing, sometimes we hit, sometimes we miss. They do mention here that it is possible that Sony could implement a quick resume style feature later on. Because again, there's nothing about the hardware of the PlayStation 5 that makes this not possible. Now, hopefully, the speedy loading times with the PlayStation 5 make this a smaller issue than it would have been on the PlayStation 4. But it is a feature that I think a lot of people want to see, and it's a feature that a lot of people were excited about. So let's end my news radar with a story that is developing, and it is a story that I'm really excited to be able to share with you guys. So if you are familiar with LG's dual screen case, one of the things they were able to do with the dual screen case was their Gamepad. And basically what it did is it gave you the ability to use the second screen as a sort of universal gamepad for games on your LG device. Maybe the G8X, V60, Velvet, etc., etc. And they had software basically implemented here where this was compatible with, to my knowledge, pretty much any game you wanted to use it with. Now, obviously, someone who's been a big Surface Duo proponent over the last 2 months, this is something that, we really feel like we should have here. In fact, in the commercials, in the early unveiling and so forth, we got to see a gamepad being shown off in their own materials for Xbox Game Pass xCloud streaming. And of course, this never became a thing. We've not gotten this yet. We've even seen people make their own controllers. This guy actually 3D printed something. It's magnetic and it attaches to the Duo like that. I've shown using emulators and mapping the controls to the bottom screen, and that works in some emulators, but we don't have a good cohesive solution like LG had. Well, we may be a step closer to that. On the Surface Duo subreddit, CRT_TP, just a couple of hours ago, posted this video. And what he has done in this video, he's going to show, he's basically created a keyboard. And that's the trick to why this works here. This keyboard can go full screen down here. And it's going to require some mapping and doing some kind of interesting things to make this work. But this is a solution. And if an Android game supports input from a keyboard, it will work straight out of the box. And as you can see here, he's playing Minecraft, and it seems to be working quite well. Now, for Xbox Game Pass, for that streaming, does it work? No, it doesn't seem to work because xCloud streaming doesn't support keyboard input. But any game that does support keyboard input should work with this solution. He says here he's tried it with RetroArch, Minecraft, Super Tux Kart, Load Runner, and Sonic the Hedgehog. Theoretically, most emulators support that kind of keyboard input, so they should mostly work as well. This is not something you can currently download. It is something that this person on Reddit is still working on, and he's exploring how to potentially release it. He says there's some more polishing, some more tweaking to do, and then it should show up maybe in the Play Store, or maybe keep an eye in the Surface Duo subreddit. I will tell you this much, if it is out there in the wild to be used, and I have gotten my Surface Duo back from Microsoft, I will most certainly be trying it, and I will most certainly be covering it on this channel. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the end of this news radar. Stay tuned for more episodes just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. If you enjoy my content, please consider becoming a Scary If Literal member. You'll get access to a whole bunch of emoticons to use with live streams and a shout out on an upcoming video. Thanks as always for your continued support.